Good morning, everyone, and thank you all for joining us today and taking some time out of your day to hop on this webinar. Today, I'm joined by Brian Maschka from Revol One Financial. We've got some fantastic information to share with you today that I'm super excited to get to. We're going to go over some enhancements and changes that they've made to some of their products over at Revol One, as well as a proven sales strategy that Brian will share with you. Um, Before we get into all that, I do have a few items that we're going to talk about here today, why agents love working with us over here at IMES. And if at any time throughout the presentation you've got a question, feel free to pop it in that questions box. You don't have to wait till the end, but we will get to all of those questions once we wrap up here. We will also have 3 poll questions here for you today, and we'd love your participation on those. We've even changed up some of those questions from the last one. So if you're a repeat attender, we got some different questions here for you today. When you call over to us at 800-255-5055, remember you're always going to get a live person. You'll never have to deal with the dial by name directory, and that's how we kick off our best in class service, answering that phone with somebody. Maybe it's the person that you're calling in for, but if not, they're going to get you transferred right over and get you taken care of there. So a few reasons why agents love working with us, starting off with our new Producer Builders program. This is a program for those of you who are new to IMES, and these bonuses are available based on your production level in your first 180 days of contracting with us. We have different levels that you can qualify at, and as you can see inside each level are some great options for you. We've got incredible business building tools, personal perks for you, and even cash rewards available. If you'd like to know where you stand towards your new producer builder, or if you would like to have a conversation about how to achieve this next level, please just give us a call. Another business builders program that we provide for our agents is our preferred producer program. I see a couple advisors on with us today that have already taken advantage of this program. Our business on the wholesale side of the industry is similar to yours in the field in that one of the best leads we can ever obtain is a referral from one of our valued producers. This is why we want to make it worth your while to refer a producer to us. When you refer a producer and they get contracted, we are going to cut you a $50 thank you check. Where the real money comes in is as your referral writes business, you're going to receive an override on that business. Our ownership team, Charles, Steve, Curtis, and Chris, sign checks for thousands of dollars every quarter. If you can think of anyone that would benefit from doing business with our team, please type their information into that questions box, or you can certainly email me with their information. Below the referred producer program is our marketing reimbursement program, which is the most popular program that we have over here at IMES. For every $100,000 in FIA premium, you're going to get $100 into your marketing reimbursement account. And why this is so popular and lucrative for our advisors is that we truly do consider this to be your money. You have the flexibility on what services, when, and who to use these funds with. It is your marketing reimbursement. We don't tell you the vendors that you have to use or anything like that. We do recommend vendors that we partner with and leverage reduced rates and preferred service. We also have our creative team here to create a marketing strategy and provide in-house services. So if you'd like to know how much is in your marketing reimbursement account, or if you have a conversation on how to utilize it, just give your sales director a call here at our office. We would love to speak with you about that. Our back office support team is another way that we add value to your business. This is a core value of IMES and how Charles Hiring founded IMES years ago. We want to help the independent advisor work smarter, not harder. We are going to do that with our great business building tools and resources, and of course our advanced case design assistance. We assist with life and annuity quotes. We're going to get you those illustrations that you can request within 24 hours. Really, you're going to have it much quicker, usually within the hour. Submission to commission support is handled by our new business teams. Mackenzie heads up the annuity team, and Michelle is on the life side. They have fantastic teams who work tirelessly every day to help you get commission quicker. And we're going to scrub applications for you, submit them on your behalf, and do the administrative tracking and get you updates on those cases as needed. We do this to ensure that you do get commissioned as quickly as possible. This is a service that we provide to all of our valued producers, and it's a way that we help you grow your business by keeping you in front of clients while our team handles that back office support for you. The IMES website is a great tool for our producers to use, and another reason to work over here at IMES. Once you are contracted, you're going to have full access to everything you see on this slide. There's so much more at imsinc.com. If you haven't registered for our website, it is very simple to do so. When we're done with this call, go ahead and create an account, and we'd love to see you on there. There are a lot of great resources that are available to you, including illustration tools, online forums, product grids, and news. Industry updates are also out there for you. Technology is where the industry is going, and Luma is our newest partnership to streamline the application process. Most of our carriers are now on our Luma Firelight E platform, so you can go on to one site to submit your business. Some carriers are going to eApp only for some of their product lines and will also offer extra comp for utilizing the eApp platform. Make sure you ask your sales director before you submit a paper application, because you can earn extra money by just completing and submitting it through the eApp. Creative services, as I kind of touched on earlier, we do have a full in-house creative team to help your business. We have turnkey items available out there for you. Many of our sales resources are white labeled, so we can simply impose your contact information and your business logos onto it. And speaking of logos, if you haven't created a full customized brand for your agency, we can certainly help with that through Agency Solution. Name recognition grows your natural market organically, and digital marketing solutions are a very popular topic around here at IMES. We can help you with websites, social media marketing, email marketing, and much more. The internet and social media sites are where the overwhelming majority of prospects go to for information. So making sure you are accessible and represented in those marketing lanes is very beneficial to grow your business. Reach out to me after this webinar concludes to talk about how you can access the IMES creative team, and we can certainly get that ball rolling for you. We also offer complimentary marketing analyses for agents looking to explore new sales ideas and programs. Whether you're new to the industry or a seasoned producer, this free assessment can help you boost your business with insights on your website, digital presence, branding, and current marketing activities, as well as recommendations on trusted vendors for everything from lead generation to seminars and social content. Reach out to your sales director to get started with that today. And now I'm going to pass it off to my colleague, Kat here, who's going to chat with you about our wealth management team, as well as some information on Life and Annuity Academy.
Hi, everybody. Kat here, Annuity Sales Director with IMES. Isaiah's been doing a great job. And so just to tell you a little bit more about our IMES Wealth Management team, they are right down the street from us, opened up a beautiful building right down the street, maybe less than 7 minutes away. But for some of those that are aspiring to jump into the advisory security side of the business, they have an amazing starter program. And so we can get you in contact with them. But first and foremost, they have the same IMES core values, but they also have their own core values, which are to increase revenue, improve client retention, and strengthen relationships. And so you got to think about it. If you are new to the security side of the business and just jumping onto their starter program, those are some really great foundations to start with. But if you are a seasoned pro and have been doing this for a while and already have good securities business, AUM business, just feel free to give them a shout. They're happy to work with you, especially if you feel you're not being serviced as well or just need the support. We're here to help. And so now we're just launching a poll really quick. Would you like more information on our IMES Wealth Management team? So I'll leave that up for a few seconds here. Go ahead and place your votes. Thank you guys so much for voting. Leave that up for just a couple seconds. Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for voting. Next, we do have our Life and Annuity Academy. We actually have one coming up in a couple weeks here. Literally only have maybe 2 spots open left, but this is a great way for us to meet you in person and so that you can know who you are doing business with. So not many IMOs have the ability to do this, but we have about 30 agents come in. This will be our 5th one for the year. our last one for the year. And again, it gives us the opportunity to meet you in person. And what happens at these academies are we have our multi-million dollar keynote speakers. You have our top 10 million plus agents that you can meet and network with, see what works for them. And then we do have different sales and concept ideas in these trainings. It's a live in person training that we do. It is all expenses paid. And again, we have about 30 agents here, and we've done 5 academies this year. So looking forward to our next academy season, but going to be wrapping it up with Athene and North American this time around. So if you are familiar, definitely feel free to give us a call and we could squeeze you in our last 2 spots. So just give us a call. Number to reach us is 800-255-5055 as always. And then now I do have one more poll. So this one is about Academy. Are you interested in attending our Life and Annuity Academy? Now I know it's cutting it a little bit short. However, again, we do start up Academy season in April, usually around that time, springtime. No one ever likes coming to Nebraska or the Midwest in the winter time. So consider yourself lucky. Alrighty, thank you so much for voting there. And that would come to a conclusion of our just our IMS core propositions. These are our social media links. Go ahead, feel free to follow us on Facebook, LinkedIn. That way you can keep in touch and see what we're up to. And then, of course, our number 800-255-5055. And without further ado, hello, Brian. I'll be passing it over to you.
Hey, Kat, it's good to hear your voice this morning.
Yours too.
Thank you. Hey, I love coming to Omaha in the wintertime, but I'm also in Des Moines. So
You're probably used to it, yeah.
that's right. That's right. So I need to share my screen just so folks can see.
Mhm.
And I think,
Yeah.
do I have
We're gonna
access?
make you the presenter.
Okay. And so you've done that. Good.
Yeah. And then at the
There it
bottom,
is.
there's a nice share screen.
I've got it right there. So hopefully everybody just sees a white blank screen. Are you seeing that?
Yes, nice white blank screen.
Yeah, boy, that
It's
looks
the
exciting,
snow
doesn't
we're
it?
gonna get. Oh yeah, it's the snow we're gonna get.
Well, thank you everybody for joining me. My name is Brian Maschka. I'm one of the regionals here at Revol One Financial. And so I am, well, I've been in the business now for over 15 years, and I'm very excited to start a new insurance company called Revol One. I figured, what the world needs is another insurance company, right? So we're going to talk a little bit about just one simple product, super easy, straightforward. Isaiah asked me to feature that because he's having a lot of luck with his producers in his book of business. And so before we get to that, though, I thought I'd share a sales idea. And most people running around out there, they will do this in the exact order. They want to save the sales idea for the last, kind of the uh, big grand finale. And I thought, you know what, we're going to shake things up today and we're going to do it right away, first thing. So sharpen your pencils, grab a notepad, get ready to take a few notes here. You're welcome to take pictures of the screen. This is really more of a concept for you that I think will help you dramatically keep and retain your clients' heirs. So if you want to work with that next generation, I think this is an idea that borrowed from one of IM's top producers. His name's Chris. He's in the top 20. It's not Chris Conroy. It is Chris that is a producer. Um, he allowed me to borrow this idea. And him and I actually together have talked about this idea for quite a while, and we go over it pretty often. And so one of the quotes that came to mind recently was, and I actually don't know who said it. I'll have to look this up again, but it goes something like this: complexity makes you sound smart, simple makes you money. And I thought this was really, really applicable for Chris because he's in the top 20. He does a lot of production, but he has used one of the most simplest ideas to retain clients and their heirs. So let's get into it. 3 things that you need for a good sales idea, I think. First, you need to know, is it simple and repeatable? This is very simple. This is very repeatable. You can do it over and over and over again. You can almost do it as a cookie cutter type idea where just automatically this is sent to your clients. Number 2, does it have a proven track record? Does it actually retain your client's heirs? Well, would you be interested to know that Chris kept very detailed notes, and he found out that about 98% of the time this works. So I think he's proven it. And it's not complex, it's very simple, and it's very repeatable. Lastly, and you guys know this question, how much is this going to cost? So this is minimal cost out of your pocket. I am going to back up here and kind of give my disclaimer that yes, even though I do work for Revol One, these thoughts and ideas have nothing to do with Revol One. This is simply a sales idea that I'm sharing outside of what Revol One does. We don't promote this. We're not going to help you with this. This is a concept that you can make your own. If you don't like some of the things that we put into this, you can change them. But I warn you, don't change it too much, right? Got to keep it simple. So cost of this, what does it cost? I say he probably spends $30 to maybe on the high end, $50 per home on this. So is it simple and repeatable? Check, yes. Does it work most of the time? Yeah, it works 98% of the time. Minimal cost, $30 to $50. So what is it? He simply uses a binder. Now, before you dismiss it, just wait and go through this with me and think about the thought process. What is Chris after with his clients and then the heirs? So let's dig in here a little bit. This is his binder that he uses. Safe, simple, predictable retirement income. That's what he puts on there. He has his logo down there in the bottom right-hand corner, although it's kind of blurry, so you can't see it. And then on the spine, he has something very, very important of that binder. You can see this binder is probably a 1.5 to a 2-inch binder. And inside that binder, it has many, many tabs. The important parts, again, that I want to reiterate. The name and logo must be on the front of your binder. He used to do this with a fancy leather bound binder. And he found that, yeah, you know, even though it's really nice, it's not giving me what I need, which is the advertising of my firm. He's got the tabs inside. And so the whole idea of this is to give your client a place to put stuff, right? That's a very technical term for all these statements and policies that we receive. This is the place that you put your stuff. So really what he's doing, he's making the intangible tangible. Think about this. The retirement roadmap and the planning that goes into it, you may have everything as the planner in your mind, but you really, as the client, you really can't see it. You really don't understand what's happening. Also consider that many companies are going to an electronic application, electronic delivery. Everything's electronic. It's all on the website. Well, that's all fine and dandy for that person. But if I were to walk into my dad's house, I really don't know what his passwords are and where all his quote unquote stuff is. So Chris's big point to me, and we've talked about this many of times, just sitting at his desk, and he says, you know, what I found was, is I was losing money out the back door, and I should be working with that next generation. So I dug in and I asked, why am I losing that money to the back door? Well, what he found simply was there was a big stack of paper Now you can name the big firms out there that are sending them quarterly statements, monthly statements, and those clients were saving all that paper, and he calls that the big stack. So in other words, don't lose to the big stack. What would happen? Take me, for example, I would walk into my dad's house and I would see the big stack. And I would think, that's important. That big stack of paper is important. Dad must have thought that was important to keep all those papers. Whose name is on the top? Oh, there it is in the right-hand corner. I'll just call that person and work with them. Because after all, if it's good enough for Dad, it's good enough for me. So this is important to keep this on the shelf where it can be seen. And this becomes the big stack. This becomes the place that I go to if and when Dad passes away. And I go and there's the binder. So here it is on the spine. I promised you that I'd show you a picture of what's on the spine. He's got the name of his firm right there on the spine. By the way, if you're taking notes and wondering, well, where do you get this made? I don't want to search the internet. By the way, myself or IMS, they don't have this, so they can't just send it to you. I want it to be yours. I want you to make up the different tabs, and I'll go through the tabs and I'll go through the spine and what it looks like on the front. I believe Chris told me Zazzle. Zazzle.com is where he gets these. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing expensive. He's found that you can personalize and get these binders made there. So there's the name and logo on the spine. Why is that important? It's sitting up on the bookshelf. I can see it with my own eyes. Oh, there it is. That looks important. I'm going to grab that. It's always there every time I go over and visit Dad, right? So what we found is this becomes a planning tool. Your clients bring this in with you, and they have it with them every time they come in. They bring it to the meetings, and guess what? They also add statements. Now, I know. Every single person on this call says, well, I already know about all their money. Well, I'd like to challenge that. In fact, it was eye-opening for Chris, who does millions and millions of dollars in production a year. He said, I really didn't have all the money, but that's okay. I help them organize their book. We go through it every time. I punch holes in it. I print off what's needed. He is offering a service. Maybe if you think about it, something that AI can't do. So keep it simple. This is a planning tool. This will bring you customers. It'll stop them from going out the back door. Okay, so what's the inside of it look? Let's take a quick peek at it, and we'll get to our just featured product of the day. And guys, I hope if you like this idea, you'll stick with me on the product. It's a very short talk on the product. I think you're really going to like the idea, but let's come up to that agreement that if you like this, you'll hang on the phone here and you'll listen to the product that we're featuring today. So one of the things that I liked in this was these tabs that you can jump to these different parts. Let me back up here and make sure that, yeah, okay. So one of the places that I liked is this guide for the beneficiaries. On that guide for the beneficiaries, and there's a tab that you can make for it. You may want to make sure that you have your name, your logo, all the information there so that they can easily, again, just pick up the phone and call. That is the most important thing. But then there is a document checklist. What kind of documents will I need? I've never had anybody die in my family. My dad has just passed away, and I don't know all the things that I need, right? I don't know all the statements and everything that goes into this. So this is a guide for me that I can make sure that I have the life insurance policies, the death certificates, the date of obituary notice, a news article, the will, the marriage certificate, and I can just go through and check those off. So this becomes a very valuable tool for me. Also, this does have a timeline in it. You could include that, which is in the first few days, what do I need to do? In the next 2 weeks, what do I need to have accomplished? in the first month what should be done as me working with my dad's estate. Also, excuse me, the sample letters. The sample letters in the back are very nice and easy. There's some pieces that have been put together that say, if you need to communicate with the life insurance company, a Social Security admin, the Veterans Administration, former employer, put those letters in the back, or you can think about putting those letters in the back. And this is a living, breathing binder, if you will, so you can always add to it. Now, let's talk about some of those tabs. I guess I thought I had them flipped the other way so you could see them, but the tabs include fixed annuities, contract, income account, statements, financial inventory. And actually, let me back up. Income account, that's an important one. I actually added that one. If you're into income riders and planning the income, it can be as simple as an Excel spreadsheet that you put in there, or if you have some type of app or some type of software that you use, you can put that in there for them. That's very, very valuable. There is kind of a picture there on the upper left-hand corner where you see it got cut off, but that's a income plan that has been put in there. So with that, that's kind of our sales idea for the day. It's simple, it's repeatable, it works 98% of the time and costs you $30 to $50. And again, this is a concept, so you put in there what you want. Isaiah is very happy to talk with you about that, or turn that conversation over to me, and I can tell you in more detail and give you some ideas, and we can walk through that. Okay, so that was fun. Let's move on to the next part. Now, you'll notice that the screen or the slides kind of change here. This is kind of me putting on my Revol One hat and just want to work quickly through this product idea, and I'll turn things back over to Isaiah to close things up. So if you haven't ever heard of us, it is called Revol One, REVOL, Revol One Financial. And we've been in production now for almost 2 years. And if you don't know by now, this is one of our fearless leaders, our CEO, Mark Zesba. He has been in the industry for a very long time. He knows his way around this industry. So that's why I feel confident in partnering up with him and under his leadership to get this insurance company up and going. Of course, we can't do it without partners like IMS. And I would say that IMS is all in with us. They're very interested in what we're doing. They're very excited about what we're doing. They know our story. And, I point to that as if things weren't right, I don't know that IMS would be as excited about it. So, excuse me, I got a bit of a cold today. So that's kind of why I sound like I'm in a tin can here. But so Mark is leading the way, and he sees some huge opportunity here. The bar has been set so low by so many insurance companies that we think that we can do better, and that we can put out some very interesting, much needed products going forward. So that's his charge. As far as financial strength, since maybe you've never heard of us, Axar Capital is the company that we've partnered with. We're in all 49 states. We do have reinsurance with Knighthead Re. That's an A- rated carrier. Excuse me. Our RBC ratios are up there with all of the big boys, and we have our investment portfolio of 98% NAIC. So it's a highly rated investment portfolio. And speaking of ratings, yep, there it is. So the AM Best rating is B++. The big point that I want to make on this screen is the AM Best Outlook Positive. That just recently got changed, and that's very exciting for us. I don't think that they just do that for fun or to tease us. Their outlook is truly positive. Right now, at this point in time, they've said, you have all the capital you need, you have all the people that you need. We're right here in Des Moines, Iowa, where all the talent is. We have the leadership through Mark Zesbaugh. Gosh, what's next, right? And so we got the indication that they want to just see us execute a plan. So not only are we throwing all these big numbers around, they want to see us achieve those numbers and see us be on that run rate. So we're very positive and upbeat about that AM Best Outlook Positive. So that's a little bit about us. I can always share a one-pager on that too. We have that available as well through our marketing materials. So let's get to the fun stuff here. This is kind of interesting and neat. This is something that will separate you from your competition. And I think really 2 points here. This is our Endurus 6 fixed indexed annuity. Okay, so this is for the folks out there. I've really come to learn that there's 2 different camps. One camp that says, you know what, I'd love an income rider. We have that too. We have income riders, but we're not going to talk about that today. The other camp says, you know what, Brian, I can accumulate the money, I can grow the money and take withdrawals. Just let me control things. And I say, okay, fine. So we have a great solution for this accumulation type idea. And this accumulation idea says, look, it's a 6-year product. There's 7 indexes and a fixed interest option to choose from. And one of those 7, which I think is really important, especially what we've experienced with renewal rates, is a 6-year guaranteed cap rate. So let me repeat that. It's a 6-year surrender charge. The cap is guaranteed for all 6 years. Also, in one of those choices, it's actually the last bullet point, enhanced participation rate gives you 100% over a 10% index change. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm not sure that it's on this slide, but that's the real growth opportunity there. We also have a best entry feature as well. Just real quick, 6-year guaranteed cap rate. Right now it's at 8.75. So if you want that, get it now or get it soon. And this chart just simply shows that it is annual reset each and every year. But that 8.75 is guaranteed the whole entire time. It won't change on you. I promise. There's no fees on this product. So right there, 1, 2, 3 down is the 8.75 guaranteed cap. Has a nice fixed rate at 4.5. I also like the story of right down here where it says 50% par. Check that out. S&P 500 1-year point-to-point with participation rate, 50% par. Isn't that an easy story? Again, simplicity makes you money. Isn't that a great easy story to tell our clients? Whatever the S&P does, you get 50% of it. This has a cap of 8.75. Guaranteed for the 6 years, won't change. Has a nice fixed rate at 4.5. So here's the key though that Isaiah will remind you of. I'll remind you of it too. You need to get into that cap starting on day 1. So you will want to allocate towards that. Now I wouldn't suggest all 100% goes into that. Maybe 50%, some type of percentage that you feel comfortable starting with, and then it stays in there the entire time. So there's no reallocation of those monies each and every year. All right, so moving on, best entry feature. This is something that I think is so important. I'm going to kind of skip through going all those bullet points. We do have 10% free partial withdrawal. We do have nursing home, terminal illness, RMDs can be taken. So all those things are great, but I think this point in time is really important to remind everybody on the call that this product is really focused on appreciation. And here's one of the ways that I'll prove it, through the best entry feature. This best entry feature is so nice for the client. Think about the times that we're in right now. The S&P is probably as high as it's ever been. I don't know that it is today, but we're very close to all-time highs. Is that the time to get into an S&P index? Maybe, maybe not. Now, if you're looking for safety and guarantees, I think any time is a good time to get in. You're not going to lose money. However, we want to give you the best opportunity to make money. So when you start the contract, let's follow here. On the left-hand side, you'll see the index values. On the bottom, you'll see some dates where we went back to August 1st of 2022. And we tested this. And we did 6 years forward there. Or excuse me, sorry. Just 1 year going forward. This is just a 1 year period. When you start this contract, back then, the S&P was at 4,119. It opens a 60-day window. Okay, in the first 60 days, if the S&P should drop by 10% at the closing on that day, you will actually reset to the lower index. And now at first, when I heard this, I thought, why do I want a lower index? And the answer simply is because of the appreciation. Look at the rest of the year. Now, I don't know that this is going to happen in every scenario, but the rest of the year, the S&P took off nicely. And you can see at the very top there that the standard index crediting, if we would have done from 4,119 to 4,577, it would have returned you 5.56%. But because we're giving the client the best opportunity to make money, you can see that now it looks like they were in a 50% participation rate. It gives them 11.96%. I mean, what an opportunity to make money just because of that first 60 days. Now, mind you, it is only the first year. We do have this on our 6-year product and our 10-year product, not bonus, not income, but our 6 and our 10-year product. You do have this best entry feature. Best part about it is you don't have to call in. You don't have to try to time the market. It happens automatically for you. Now, one of the things that we did is got with the actuaries, and they said, how often is this happening? Because I'm sure you hear about that 60-day window. And you say, well, that's great, Ryan, but how often does it happen? So we went back to the beginning of the year, not the beginning of time. We went back to the beginning of the year, and we found that with the S&P 500 swings that were happening at the beginning of the year in 2025, over half of the annuity issue days, these are the annuity issue days, have seen a 10% or greater drop within the following 60 days. Now, that's not to say that every one of our contracts that happened with. That's just saying if you would have gotten in it and then tracked that first 60 days, over half of those issue days, they would, this is up through April. So this is not up through today's date, but we looked through April. And then we looked at our issue days, and 41 out of the 75 issue days have crossed their threshold, and many haven't even yet reached the full 60-day window. So the point of this is, yes, it is happening. It could be beneficial to your client. Okay, with that, here is a QR code. You can pick up your phone, or if you already have it in your hands, just snap a picture of that, or go to your photos, take a look, and get that QR code. That will take you to our website. That's where all the resources are. Really what I'd like you to do is call Isaiah, call Kat, call somebody at IMES and get your contracting started. We're very, very fast. We're very efficient. Because of this electronic world, we do electronic applications. We're very good at what we do. We do it very efficiently.
And I'm launching a poll right now, Brian. If you guys want to answer that, to go ahead and see if you want to get appointment paperwork for Revol One, feel free to answer yes on that poll that I just launched there. Brian, did you have anything else that you wanted to share, or can I go back to sharing my screen?
Last thing, Isaiah. Thanks for having me on today. Thanks for your partnership. We appreciate you very much. Everybody at IMES has just been so fantastic. And again, my name is Brian Maschka. I'm one of the regionals here. Would love to chat with you after this if you'd like to contact me, or get a hold of Isaiah and talk through some of the ideas we talked about today. So I'm finished. Thank you, Isaiah.
Awesome. Thanks a bunch, Brian.
Have a great day.
You do the same. I'll go ahead and leave this poll up here for a second there. Otherwise, thanks for attending today, everyone. I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day again to join us If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us here at IMES. 800-255-5055 is our number. And you can also visit our website at imesinc.com. Go ahead and end that poll. And then I'll share my screen here real quick. There is our contact information. If you don't have that already, please do reach out to us with any questions that you may have. Otherwise, that is it for us today. Thanks again, everyone, for joining us, and have a great rest of your day.